My name is Alexa. I graduated from the Wikimri School in 2011 and have been working in the media industry for almost 10 years. In Vice Media, I do branded content sales, and really what I do is work closely with brand partners as well as agencies to create branded content. Sometimes people call it advertorials, but really these are content that are able to live organically within the Vice platform, while we are able to weave in some advertiser as well as brand messaging in there. It's funny because I had started off in production. In fact, when I first joined the Wikimri School, my dream is always to be a documentary producer. Interestingly, I had this opportunity to go into advertising, and this was during my time at Discovery Networks many years back. And I think it was what I would say now the turning point of my career. It is so much more interesting to me personally because you get so much more ownership in what you do, one. And two, there's really a lot more opportunity to deal with external parties and to be able to be almost be like ambassadors for a product or a media network that you really believe in. The most challenging part is really the early years in terms of building that career. Because unfortunately, I think in the media industry as well, it's really a lot about your network, your experiences. And I feel like you almost have to grab every opportunity you have, or it could be to really just suck it up and take on a smaller role at the start. I think another challenge I feel as well is having to struggle a bit with a relatively low starting pay, especially if you compare with peers in like banking, for example, right? And it can become a bit demoralizing. But I would say don't lose hope as well, because ultimately being in the media industry, you're also the coolest one of the coolest amongst your peers. Like you get to do super interesting projects. The type of experience that you get out of being in the media industry is really worth, I think, that initial struggle at the start. And I would say don't lose hope, keep kind of working hard, and smart, and there will definitely be the opportunity to get to a more comfortable space. I think for me is this major project that I took on when I was at Discovery Channel. It was for a huge campaign for Samsung, multi-million-dollar type of campaign. We were actually producing vignettes around the Silk Road. So we had shoots done, in the key Silk Road stops like Xi'an in China, being on the shoot to manage the client, the agency, even like bonding with them, as well as the production team internally. And especially in such an interesting space, I think this was definitely one of my most memorable and fun projects. So Safe for Work, is actually a content platform dedicated, to addressing and bring awareness to mental health issues at work. And why I wanted to kind of focus on, the workplace as well is because I feel that it's where a lot of mental health issues are hidden. And in fact, I had a personal experience as well with, a bit of anxiety attack, because it got so stressful at work. And it was something I never understood at the start because I didn't have that experience. To me, it's like, okay, it's your own issue if you can't deal with mental health. But I realized how wrong I was, when I had undergone that, which is why I wanted to start So Safe for Work. And it's really just meant to be a content platform to share stories, of people who are going through their own stresses. And it could be as small as little stresses to even something more extreme, like even depression. Ultimately, the idea is to help people who are going through the same thing realize that they are not alone, and it's fine to be feeling how they are feeling. And if a workplace truly cares about its employees, they will have the relevant resources to help address these mental health stresses that their employees are going through. I would say, just be gung-ho. I think seize the opportunities that come your way, right? I would say that's largely how I found my footing in the industry. I tried all sorts of things. You can try 1 million things, and it's fine after trying to realize that you don't want to do it as well. But if you never try, you never know. And I would say it's very tough at the start, but hang in there, keep trying, keep networking, because when you find the right people, either as mentors or as connections, they are likely to be the ones who can help you in the next phase of your career. Even if it's not immediate, it could be at some point much later in your career. Bye! See you at the show on 14th of August.